morning. Happy Easter. My husband's fixed my cell phone. Thank you, honey. So this is Easter. Joseph of Arimathea, a prominent member of the council, went boldly to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body. Pilate was surprised to hear that he was dead. Jesus was dead already. Summoning the centurion, he asked him if Jesus had already died. When he learned from the centurion that he had been dead for some time, he granted the body to Joseph. So Joseph, a prominent man, said, "Can I have the body?" to Pilate. "He's dead already? Is this true, centurion?" Centurion or centurion? "Yes," said the soldier. Joseph said, "You can take him," said Pilate. "Thank you." So Joseph bought some linen cloth, took down the body, wrapped it in the linen, and placed it in a tomb cut out of rock. So he bought some linen, some cloth, took down the body, and wrapped it in the linen. So he wrapped it up. That's kind of open right there, but he wrapped it up. Like I'm going to wrap it up in this paper. Then he rolled a stone against the entrance of the tomb. He rolled the stone in front of the entrance. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joseph, saw where he was laid. So Mary Magdalene saw where he was laid. So let's go over this again. So Joseph asked Pilate if he can have Jesus' body. Pilate asked the soldier, "Is he dead already?" And the soldier said yes. So Pilate said, "You can take him." And Joseph said, "Thank you." Or in my imaginings, but so Joseph took the body, wrapped it up, put him in a tomb, and pushed the stone over, rolled the stone over against the entrance. Mary and Mary Magdalene saw it. So when the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome bought spices so that they might go to anoint Jesus' body. So the Sabbath passes and they go to take care of Jesus' body. Very early in the morning, on the first day of the week, they came to the tomb where the sun had risen, and they said among themselves, "Who will roll away the stone from the door of the tomb for us?" This is very early in the morning, and the women come with spices. Who's going to roll away the stone? Hey, wait, the stone is rolled away. And it was the first day of the week. But when they had looked up, they saw that the stone had been rolled away, for it was very large. And entering the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a long white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. But he said to them, "Do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him? But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going before you into Galilee. There you will see him, as he said to you." So the women came with their spices, and there was a man in a white robe seated on the right side. And he said, "Go tell the disciples and Peter that Jesus is risen. So Peter and the disciples, Jesus going to Galilee before you. So the Sabbath passes. So the first day of the week, the women come to take care of Jesus' body very early, and they saw that the stone was rolled away from the tomb. And they saw a man seated to the right, dressed in white, and they were alarmed and shocked and frightened. So he said, "Don't be alarmed. Tell the disciples and Peter that Jesus is risen. Jesus is going to go to Galilee before you." So Mary Magdalene went and told those who had been with him as they mourned and wept. And when they heard that he was alive and had been seen by her, they did not believe. "He is risen," Mary Magdalene said. "We don't believe you." They were weeping and crying, those who had been with him. After that, he appeared in another form to two of them as they walked and went into the country. And they went and told it to the rest, but they did not believe them either. So I'm not sure these people are person one and person two. And Jesus is there and says, "It is I, Jesus. It is I, Jesus." And these people, person one and person two, came and told the rest, "We saw him." And they said, "We still don't believe you." And they're crying and weeping. Let's go through that one more time. Mary Magdalene comes and tells the disciples, those who had been with him, that Jesus is risen. They say, "We don't believe you." And then I wonder if it's those two people. Two of them were walking and in the country and saw Jesus. And they went and told the rest. But I think they were crying still. And they did not believe them either. Nobody believes. So, Mark 26:14. Later he appeared to the 11 as they sat at the table. Whoops. That was out of focus. Later he appeared to the 11 as they sat at the table, and he rebuked their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they did not believe those who had seen him after he had risen. And he said to them, "You have been hard-hearted and unbelieving," Jesus told the 11. "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He who believes and is baptized will be saved, but he who does not believe will be condemned." So go into the world, tell them the good news. He who believes and is baptized will be saved, but he who does not believe will be condemned. Let's read that one more time. Jesus visited the 11 while they sat at the table. He said, "You have been hard-hearted and unbelieving." And then he said, "Go into the world and preach the gospel, the good news, to everybody. He who believes and is baptized will be saved, but he who does not believe will be condemned." So I hope everybody will believe, and I hope you have a great Easter. He is risen indeed. He is risen. He is risen indeed.